Hello and welcome to Horizons. I'm your host, Don Moore. This is a public affairs program of Ohio University Southern Campus. It's being produced by the students in the electronic media program of the Southern Campus. Today we have a special guest with us. There's been a lot of activity going on in the Ironton area, a lot of new buildings going up, a lot of older buildings being refurbished, and older businesses being brought back to life. And today we have, as one of our guests, one of the owners of one of those businesses. But before we go to that, let's go to Ryan, and he's got an OUS update for us.
Thank you very much, Don. I'm Ryan Kincaid with your OUS update. This past January, Ohio University had the chance to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This commemoration included multiple lectures, discussions, and service projects around the community. Film screenings and music events were also added to enhance the experience of reflection on Dr. King's life. The commemoration lasted the entire month with several events for the community to get involved, with an added emphasis on the impact of women on the civil rights movement. And to conclude the commemoration, all OU students and faculty had the day off for MLK Day. OUS also hit the big leagues with their latest speaker in the I Am series. Brian McGlone has the story.
I have 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter.
Ohio Southern's I Am series hosted former Major League Baseball player Al Oliver. He spoke about treading through Major League Baseball's color barrier to find a successful career. Now, Mr. Oliver travels the country as a motivational speaker to uplift others.
From player to presenter, Mr. Oliver's story was certainly one worth sharing. And across the river into Kentucky, OU students got the chance to capture some incredible dance moves with the prize of a trophy. Brian?
Our electronic media department had the opportunity to be the broadcast crew for the 7th annual Dancing with Our Stars. The Highlands Museum and Discovery Center hosted this fun and lively event. Many couples practiced for months to take home the coveted Mirror Ball trophy.
Now, while that trophy might have been quite the prize, the real prize was our eyes as the audience to watch some of those dance moves. Thanks, Brian. And lastly, Southern Campus welcomed in some more job workforce training. Ohio University Southern hosted the first ever Future of Workforce Summit at the Ironton campus, with more than 100 employers participating. The event brought together a dozen workforce training and education partners who met in sector groups with the employers to learn more about the tri-state region's anticipated workforce needs. The event is hoped to help share future training and provide opportunities for collaboration as the university strives to support the region's evolving workforce. The Governor's Office of Appalachia and the Office of the Lieutenant Governor provided updates on state initiatives available to businesses. Area entrepreneurs and small businesses have been taking advantage of a new workshop series offered by Ohio Southern Workforce Success and the OSU Small Business Development Center at Piketon. Monthly sessions are presented to provide timely information on topics like business planning, finance for startups, and more. For more information about these sessions, contact Workforce Success at ohio.edu.
They are the lifeblood of a community. And it's our belief, my belief, that if each one of these businesses were financially strong enough that they could hire one more person, then the community continues to get more financially stable.
And for those interested in future summits, OUS holds these workforce training sessions on the second Tuesday of every month. And that'll do it with your OUS update. Don, back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. As I mentioned earlier, we have a special guest with us today, somebody that has taken an older business here in Ironton and made it new again. And that's Robby Brown, the owner of the Shake Shoppe. Robby.
Thanks for having me, Don.
Yeah, glad to have you with us, especially talk about food.
Yes.
Right before lunch,
Yes.
because we're taping this
It's
right
about
before
that time.
lunch. Yeah, so we'll be getting hungry by the time this is over,
That's
right?
exactly right.
Before we get into talking about the Shake Shoppe, let's talk a little bit about Robby.
Okay.
I know that you're a graduate of Ohio University Southern Campus, so why don't you take us through that and tell us how you got to being a business owner here in town.
So I graduated high school in 2011 from South Point, which is just a few minutes here from Ironton, and kept it local. Came to OU Southern after that, and did a 2+2 program. Did the 2 years with computer science, and then did the BSAM program, a Bachelor's of Science in Applied Management, which was, at that time, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with that, but I knew that eventually I wanted to be involved in business in some way, and so I was hoping that would help prepare me for that, and it did. So after that, I moved to Mount Vernon, Ohio, did a couple more years of schooling there, doing my master's in business and in ministry, because I also had a passion to serve in the church. Again, I wasn't sure exactly what that was going to look like then, but I wanted to be prepared on both. And then ultimately, I knew I wanted to move back to the tri-state area. I enjoy home. I know a lot of people don't have positive things to think about our area, but after living away a couple of years, even in the beginning, I knew I wanted to return, but I appreciated my hometown area even more after being gone a few years. So happy to be back and be in Ironton, which is my new home, and so really enjoying Shake Shoppe, and so here we are.
I kind of had the same situation. I went to University of Kentucky. I loved the Lexington area. I swore I was never going to come back to Ashland area, and next thing I knew, I was back here and raised my family here, and it's been a good 40 years since I've graduated college and came back. I love this community, and I know that you're very active in the community other than just with the business. So, why Shake Shoppe?
So, in high school, growing up in South Point, we have a similar business to what Shake Shoppe is, called Snack Shack, and I worked there for about five or 6 years through high school, and then while I was going here at OU Southern. And I love the people aspect of it, especially. Now, in any business, there's always some people that you don't love the aspect of as much, but overall, working with the public was something I enjoyed doing, and I enjoyed the food aspect of it. Got to know many of our customers that were regulars there, and that had an appeal to me. So I always, that's been on my radar, that type of business that's a community staple, a community icon of sorts, and that's what that was in South Point. And so fast forward to this year, and I was moving back to Ironton, and didn't really know what I was going to be doing other than planting a church, which we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But I needed something in the meantime. I was looking for kind of job searching, and then this opportunity presented itself, and I knew that this is a venture that I would enjoy doing, and so I checked into it. A friend of mine tipped me that it was not reopening for the summer, and there was that chatter of, hey, this community staple, it's not reopening, and so I checked into it, and it just went from there. So in a matter of, I think the first time I looked at it, and then 2 weeks later, signed on the sell, and here we are. So that's it's something that I've really enjoyed doing, and because I had done that for 5 or 6 years, I felt like, though I wasn't on the management side of things, I at least knew that I would enjoy the work itself.
Yeah,
so.
And that's big. Right. It's not work if you enjoy it.
Right.
So, wow. So you took it had gone dark.
Right.
And you took it and have rebuilt it. And how you doing? How long have you been open now? It's been not quite a year, right?
Right. We reopened in June, so it was 7 or 8 months now that we've been back operational. In recent years, they've stayed closed in the winter. We've reshaped that. We're open all year now, and but it's been going really well. The community support in the beginning was amazing. That again, because that was a classic thing here in Ironton, it was a staple to the community. Actually, we still haven't been able to find exactly what year Shake Shoppe opened in Ironton to begin with, but it's been at least 50. So it's been in the community for a long time, and because it had gone dark, everybody was talking about, oh my, is Shake Shoppe, is it done? Is it reopening? And so that really helped, and the community turned out in droves that first month. We were buried and learning quickly on what we needed to change, to adapt, and how we had to, we were there until, I think the latest I was there was 3 o'clock in the morning that first week, rearranging the kitchen, trying to figure out how we could become more efficient, and it was a learning process, and 80, 90 hour weeks regularly that first month, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Was there any other groups that helped you get started here in Ironton? I know there's a lot of groups that are active trying to help businesses and everything.
Right.
Did you have any help?
So I actually hadn't had the opportunity to really network with any of those groups yet.
Because it happened so quick.
Right, because I had just moved back to the area, and since then I have started attending some of the different group meetings that we have, and still have some more work to do with that. But I've gotten to know some of the business owners downtown, and our downtown business community is really unified right now, which is a cool thing to see.
It really is.
So we appreciate what they're doing, and we're attempting to get to know all of our downtown businesses better and work with them, even though we're separated by a couple of miles. We would like to be as integrated as we can with the Ironton business community.
Well, as a lover of your type of food, I enjoy having you back open. And the management, the staff, and this is just, I'm talking on experience, okay? I'm not saying this because there's a mug sitting there in front of me, okay? But it's great when you walk in, the smiling faces, and if you're there more than a few times, they remember you. And there's some young lady that's married to you. I went to order the other day. She said there'd be a chili and a grilled cheese.
Yep.
And a Diet Coke. So I got to at least say Diet Coke. But it's more than just good food. It's a family atmosphere, and it's a healthy atmosphere to be in.
Right, and that's something that, again, a restaurant that is a staple in the community has so much appeal to me, because you do get to know your customers really well. And you can predict what they're going to order. We have some customers that, if we see them in the parking lot, our kitchen is preparing the food before they make it into the restaurant, because they have a very predictable order. And so it's awesome that we get to spend the time to get to know some of our customers there. And it's a quaint space. We don't have a big dining room. I wish it was a little bit bigger than what it was, but it does allow us to get to know our clientele better.
Yeah. We're going to take a break here in a few minutes. When we come back, we're going to talk about your menu and talk about all the exciting things, because you've even expanded since you've been open, and we want to get into that. And also, we want to talk about your church plan as well. Okay? We're going to take this break. We'll be right back after this.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Someday starts today at Ohio University Southern. With more than 30 affordable 2- and 4-year degree programs in in-demand careers, you'll learn skills employers want right here in the tri-state and beyond. With traditional classroom instruction in Ironton and Proctorville, online and blended learning, Ohio University Southern meets the needs of working adults and traditional students with affordable, accessible, high-quality education. Ohio University Southern.
Welcome back to Horizons. I'm Don Moore, your host. This is a public affairs program of Ohio University. We've been talking today about some of the businesses in the area and how they've been revamped. We've got new businesses in town. We have old businesses that are making a comeback because of young people getting involved and excited about our community. And we have one of those guests with us today, and it's Robby Brown, who is the owner of the Shake Shoppe. And Robby, when we went to break, we were talking about the restaurant. We're talking about all the things that you went through to get it back up and get it running. Let's talk a little bit about the restaurant and what all it has to offer. When you originally opened up, it was for lunch and dinner.
Right.
So why don't you share with us some of your thoughts on your menu and why you prepared the menu the way you did.
Absolutely. So for our lunch and dinner menu, a lot of what we do is it's been formed by the tradition of what Shake Shoppe has served in the past. We kept the bulk of the core of that menu, and especially the signature hot dog sauce that everybody loves about Shake Shoppe. Nobody would want to see that change. So we kept true to the original recipe for Shake Shoppe, and everybody's been super happy with that. We get compliments on the sauce all the time, and that's what they expect. They want the sauce that they remember eating, especially for people that grew up in Ironton. They want to be able to come, have a hot dog, and reminisce back to 20 or 30 years ago when they had that same tasting hot dog. But we expanded from there. We wanted to also introduce a few healthy options. We understand in the type of business that we're in, there's I love a good burger, I love a good hot dog, but hey, if you do need some health food mixed in every now and then too. And so we've entered.
Stop looking at me like that.
Yeah, sorry.
Doctor just put me on
Yeah,
the
no, we were
diet
just talking
yesterday.
about that, so. But we introduced things like grilled chicken wraps, grilled chicken salads, just a plain garden salad. And so we try to do some different options there. And here recently, we started breakfast as well. And so we have a low-carb plate on breakfast. We know a lot of people are trying the keto diets or low-carb diets, and we know that they appreciate eating too. So we want to have options for everyone, even though we'll never go away from hot dogs and hamburgers too. We want to provide those additional options for people that are maybe being a little bit more health conscious.
And I must say I've tried the breakfast, and I got a wrap. It was a ham and egg wrap. Oh my gosh. Not only was it delicious, it was big.
Right,
it was like,
right. It's
how
full.
can I eat the whole thing, But it was delicious. And but now another thing, Shake Shoppe is known for shakes
Yes,
and
of
ice
course,
cream.
of course.
And ice cream.
Of course.
So.
Milkshakes. We sell a lot of milkshakes, and it's amazing. Again, they were in recent years. Shake Shoppe was closed in the winter, but you'd be amazed at the amount of milkshakes that we still sell in the wintertime. And I know myself, I'm an ice cream lover. Like, if it's cold, that doesn't deter me from ordering a milkshake. And so that has stayed really strong, and we pride ourselves on serving good ice cream products. Like that's core to the business, of course. Yeah.
I know that one of the ways you get the word out is through the internet,
Right.
And how you use social media.
Right.
I think you've been pretty effective about that because the different specials you have and everything. I know it catches my attention.
Right.
Do you think that's been a big help?
That's been a huge help. And again, going back to the support from the community, when we reopened and launched that Facebook page, we appreciate all of you who shared those posts, because that is instrumental in growing your audience on Facebook, as that engagement and people interacting with it. And I think our first post that we did was kind of surveying customers, announcing that we would be reopening, but also asking, like, what are some of your favorite memories from times past at Shake Shoppe? And then also, like, what are some of your favorite products that you've enjoyed? And so we got, hundreds of comments back on what people loved about Shake Shoppe, which really was then able to help us influence on, what we focused on moving forward. So, thank you to everyone who is following us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, I encourage you to do that. It's just Shake Shoppe Ironton. Shoppe is SHOPPE. And you can see new menu items. You can see different specials we run. And it's just a great way to stay involved with what we're doing.
I think you just had a banana split for breakfast?
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yes, we introduced a breakfast banana split. And so instead of ice cream, you've got your yogurt and still, of course, your banana. And you have fresh fruit, fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries, topping the yogurt, and then granola. So it's really good. I had one for breakfast yesterday, actually. Yeah.
I'm going to be heading out of town tomorrow. I might swing by and try that out. That
Very
sounds
good.
pretty good. That sounds pretty good. What's been your biggest surprise?
Goodness gracious. That's a great question. And honestly, being as new as I was to this in the beginning, there was all kinds of surprises coming. I would say the biggest surprise has been, and I know I've said this I think 3 times now, but the overwhelming community support that we've received. You hear a lot of negative about, negative news spreads quickly, right? And we see that on our social media pages all the time, people talking bad about what's going on in their community. But when you're in this position, you realize that, that might be there too, but in the midst of it, there's a lot of good happening in a community, and there's a lot of good in the Ironton community. And we've seen that just from the overwhelming support we've received from the community in the process of reopening this.
And I know you've gotten some other attention, even around the state, thanks to the high school football team.
Yes.
I walked in one day and there's a TV crew set up.
Yes.
Out of Columbus, giving you some statewide attention too.
Right. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Any plans for coming up this summer? Is there anything different or anything that you'd like to share about other than just good food?
Good food, and of course, with summertime will come our later hours again. We stay open till usually 10 on weekdays and 11 on weekends, other than Sunday, through the summer, so that you can as days get longer and you're out later and you can come finish your day with a milkshake or ice cream or banana split, something along those lines. We have plans to improve our patio area. We think, I know myself, I love going to a place in the evening and being able to sit outside with cool lighting and stuff like that. So we have some plans to really vamp that up a little bit better, and we're all about continuously improving what we're doing. So not only our food selections, but also the environment that we're in. So we've inherited this building that's older, and so we have plans to continuously improve that as we go to make it a better space for our customers.
Oh, but you've done so much to it already. It's very clean,
busy.
very nice place to sit down and eat. For people that aren't from Ironton, haven't experienced the Shake Shop, because this show's aired all the way up toward Proctorville, over into Canova, back of Ashland. It's aired on Ashland, Russell, cable systems. So tell people how to get there.
Sure. So, well, if you know where Ohio University Southern Campus is, we are right across the street from OU Southern, which is right off of 52 here on the Ohio side. And the exit, Route 141, is
It's a second exit as you come
right,
up the Ashland Bridge, right?
So super easy to get to. You can actually see our building from the exit. You can be to our building from the exit ramp in 30 seconds or less. So yes, please come give us a try. We'd love to get to know you.
Okay, real quick.
Okay.
You're involved in ministry,
Yes.
and you've got a new work,
Yes.
a church that you're planning here in Ironton.
Absolutely. So Be Hope Church, that's actually the shirt I'm wearing right now, will launch in March 22nd, so that's next month. If you're familiar with Ironton, there's an old theater downtown that community groups have been restoring for some time. It's called the Ronay Theater, and so we've worked out a deal where we're leasing that on Sundays, and we will launch, again, that's March 22nd, with services at 11 a.m. every Sunday. And we really believe that the church is supposed to be a positive impact in the community, and we really believe that, as a follower of Jesus myself, that what we see in Jesus' teachings is that he was all about having compassion on the people around him, all about bringing hope to hopeless situations. And so we believe the church should be that as well. And so I'm excited for that venture coming up here really soon too.
Is there a website or anything that you have set up? Could you share with the audience what that is?
Absolutely. I would encourage you to go to www.behope.church/Ironton, or you can follow us on Facebook at behope.online.ironton. If you search that up on Facebook, you'll find us.
Okay. And that's, of course, 310
Yes.
3rd Street, right?
310.
And it's the Ronay Theater. You can't miss it. There's
Right downtown.
Okay, all right. Appreciate you being on. Appreciate you sharing your story, but I appreciate you wanting to come back and do good in the community, and that's what we're finding very quickly. You've jumped right in, and the restoring the Shake Shop and getting it back up and going. We thank you for that.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Yes, you can.
One thing I want to do is brag on our employees at Shake Shoppe.
Well, I did a minute ago.
Yeah, I know you did, but
go ahead,
you hear a lot of chatter. This is something I heard from the beginning, how bad working with high school employees can be, and that has not been the case for us. So I want to brag on all of our employees, but especially our high schoolers who stepped up and took responsibility when needed.
Okay, there you go. We appreciate you being with us today, and if you get a chance, stop by the Shake Shop, and also don't forget Be Hope Church in downtown Ironton at the Ronay Theater, starting on March 22nd, correct? 22nd. Thanks so much for being with us. That's it for Horizons. We'll see you the same time next week.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.